Alright, how we doing, folks? Yo, boom! Mark 1205 numbers after the name. Wasteland Wednesday murder game on Babylon. Feels a little bit weird to bring this up, though, because I haven't played Call of Duty in maybe a week and a half at this point, maybe 2 weeks. I was kind of waiting for the new update. I was playing a lot of Doom Dark Ages, as you can see on Monday here on the channel on Games Beaten. And then I was like, you know what, once I kind of get through that, and Thursday happens with the update, I'll pop right in there. This was last Thursday, and I haven't touched this since, because I've heard the update's been horrible. I've heard that the connections are worse, everything just pretty much is bad. They added 2 maps that, at least from what I heard, aren't the best, but I have to experience that first. My opinion doesn't necessarily always match the communities in terms of that. But it's been enough bad commentary around Season 4 that I just haven't picked it up. I will at some point. I'll sit down, I'll play. My work schedule's been kind of crazy too. Hopefully that loosens up a little bit and I can sit down and play a little more at night, which is when I usually play some Call of Duty. Yeah, no bueno with the update from what I'm hearing. And just basic stuff like every time there's been an update lately, like there's always something that breaks with it. It's kind of weird. I wish I could put my finger as to what the issue is. I'm sure Activision, Call of Duty, I'm sure they kind of hopefully maybe know, maybe they don't, because it happens every time. So maybe they don't know what's happening, but hopefully they do. I don't know. I grew up in the era back in the old days when you'd get one DLC map and you'd be like, oh man, this is pretty cool. And then Black Ops 1, you'd get the for an expansion pack or whatever, the DLC map pack 1 with 4 maps, and that was it. Now, there's so many more updates, and there's constant, the reloaded parts of the season, and the weekly kind of things, and the random challenges, and the 1,001 skins. To think about, how a game has to work properly with all these different character models and stuff, versus back in the day when it was yeah, either you're Ghost or you're wearing flat jacket or not. That's it. It just feels like it's gotten to the point where maybe it's a little bit too much, so when they add stuff in and when they change stuff, I'm sure they focus in on that kind of stuff, but other things break in the back end that they just don't know or won't realize. And I don't know. The other thing I will say about this too, and it's kind of been a little bit weird for me, I don't really care that much for the new weapons. I'm sure that they're in there and they're cool, and sometimes I'll use them, sometimes I won't. It really depends. But it's fine. It's a fine addition. I think the constant reshuffling and rebalancing of weapon thing is kind of what annoys me the most, because I'll give you an example. I started using the AK, for example, kind of my main weapon. I moved over to the Krig, which was a DLC weapon, but I really liked it, and it was pretty solid. And then I moved to the SWAT 5.56 because that became overpowered, and I was like, this is pretty cool. But then they changed that, so I'm like, okay. And then I was reading, I'm like, all right, well, let's see which one might be the better gun now. And I tried the DLC weapons, they said it was good. All right, so I was using that, but now I heard that they nerfed those a little bit, and I'm like, man, I don't know. Meanwhile here, I'm using this PPSH, whatever the hell it's called in this game, which I've never heard to be an actual good submachine gun, but I love the 64 bullets, and I kind of operate pretty well with it, and I like the distance, even though the time to kill maybe isn't the best with it. So I don't know. The constant having to, and maybe if you're playing it every day, you feel a little bit differently, but as someone but I'd still say I play it a lot. Listen, I'm Master Prestige, I'm over 200 level, whatever nonsense thing afterwards. I got a nuke a couple weeks ago. I got the Dark Battle. I put in some serious work into this game, and I can't keep up with the weapon balancing and what the meta is and what I should be using or what I shouldn't be using. Or maybe I'll play 1 week and I'm like, man, this gun felt nice. And then I'll play the next week and I'm like, man, this gun's ass. And then maybe I'll play it next week and be like, man, that gun's back to being nice. Oh, maybe it was just my ping the whole time. And then now, there's too many factors, man. But either way, let's see if it fixes itself. Let's see if it gets a little bit better. Enjoy the footage over here. We put some serious work in this Hardpoint match. I think it comes down to Limit to the Wall to the Wire as well, which is the ones that we like to put over here on the channel. Outside of the fact that your boy putting in work and I'm going, damn.
UAV standing by.
Eyes on enemy.
Hardpoint is active.
5 kills. Requesting recon off.
UAV in the have eyes on.
They've taken the lead. Hostile counter UAV
Activating
established
scrambler.
above.
UAV mission timeline 50% expended.
There you are.
Hostile neutralizing scrambler. We're flying on fuel. UAV returning to base.
Trophy neutralized.
Hardpoint identified. Watchdog Helo incoming on your location.
Get down, frag.
Hardpoint active. Hostile at the hardpoint.
Take out that one-shot hero.
Enemy UAV inbound.
Semtex front.
Hardpoint locked down.
Trophy neutral. Get down, frag. Flashbang incoming.
Hostile UAV established overhead.
UAV available for task.
Hostiles have captured the hardpoint. Hardpoint is secure. Hardpoint located.
Requesting recon above.
UAV commencing surveillance.
Enemy foot. Hostile shooter. Striking tank is dead.
Hardpoint is active. Hostiles have the hardpoint.
UAV shield check 50%.
Enemy UAV inbound. Enemy UAV inbound.
Incoming stun.
Hostile UAV established overhead.
Mission timeline expired. UAV are
Tossing Semtex.
Hardpoint identified. Net call, napalm strike inbound.
destroy your assault pack.
Tossing Semtex.
Hardpoint active. Hardpoint locked down.
Incoming stun. Sniper's down. Move up.
Hostiles have captured the hardpoint. Hardpoint is secure.
Enemy thermal.
Not this time, you son of a bitch.
Hardpoint located.
Semtex front. Sniper's down. Move up.
Hardpoint is active. Hostiles have the hardpoint.
Requesting recon above. Assault pack available.
Have eyes on.
Incoming stun.
Hostile counter UAV established above. Enemy UAV inbound.
UAV NTL 50%. Check.
Hardpoint locked down. Hostiles have captured the hardpoint.
We're flying on fuel. UAV returning to base.
Hardpoint identified.
Tossing Semtex. Taking stem.
Hardpoint active. Hardpoint is secure. Hostiles have the hardpoint.
Target located. Sniper's down. Move up.
Hardpoint locked down.
Get down. Frag.
UAV available for tasking.
Requesting recon above.
UAV established overhead.
Enemy thermal.
Hardpoint is active. Hardpoint is secure. Hostiles have the hardpoint.
Priority task request received. UAV exiting your grid.
Hardpoint locked down. Hostile UAV established overhead.
I'm not your enemy.
UAV standing by.
Requesting recon above.
UAV commencing surveillance.
Get down, frag.
Hardpoint identified.
UAV mission timeline 50% expected.
Hostiles have captured the hardpoint.
Establish strategic bomber in the overhead.
Tossing
Hardpoint active.
subjects.
Your tactics aren't working. Find another way.
Trophy neutralized.
Hardpoint is secure.
Destroy one of your assault packs.
Hostiles have the hardpoint. Hardpoint locked down.
You can't run.
Gain the advantage. Now hold it. Hardpoint located. Hostiles have captured the hardpoint. Hostiles reclaim the lead.
Get down, frag. Flashbang.
Hardpoint is secure.
Snuff them out.
Hardpoint is active. The lead is ours.
Enemy thermal. Flash. Subject blood. Found you.
They were already dead. Just hadn't realized. Good job.
All targets down. When can I expect a transfer?